I'll call this meeting to order, the Board of Public Works in the City Council Chambers in Peru, Indiana. Could we have a roll call, please?
Munster,
Here.
Jim Walker,
Here.
Bruce Carter.
First order of business is the reading and approving of the minutes from our October 15th, 2024 meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from October 15th, 2024.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next order of business is the approval of claims. Payment of claims from November 5th in the amount of $99,675.46. Discussion about payment of claims? Not need a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve payment of claims for November 5th in the amount of $99,675.46.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next item under approval of claims is the regular payroll from October 18th, the amount of $209,076.84. Discussion about regular payroll.
I make a motion that we approve the regular payroll in the amount of $209,076.84.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next item is the monthly council and crossing guard payroll, October 25th, the amount of $6,859.34. Discussion about council and crossing guard payroll.
I make a motion to approve the monthly council crossing guard payroll in the amount of $6,859.34.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next item is the pension payroll from October 25th, the amount of $82,869.67. Discussion about pension payroll.
I make a motion that we approve the pension payroll in the amount of $82,869.67.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next item is regular payroll from November 1st, the amount of $209,201.02. Any discussion about regular payroll?
I make a motion to approve regular payroll in the amount of $209,201.02.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving to old business, seeing none, we'll move to new business. We have a request from the Story Church. Actually, two requests. Could you come forward to the podium, please? The first request is to activate pickup and drop-off locations along 6th Street for members with lower mobility to be able to access the facility easier, or reactivate the area in front of Von Lick Kennels, the former YMCA, even if it's for a limited time from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Sundays. So the area in front of the old YMCA, the Von Lick.
Correct.
What are you asking or suggesting we do with those parking spots? Mark them differently?
Previously, there was a bus drop-off there when the YMCA was using the facility, so essentially in that same area, to mark that as a temporary drop-off spot, even if it was just for Sunday mornings. I will say with this request, we have not confirmed that with Von Lick, so I'm happy to continue to talk to them, but
Okay.
It may be best to table that request at this time
Okay.
until we can get their agreement as well.
Todd, you have comments on that?
Just to be honest, really, that's a public street, so Don Lakes really have no,
Yeah, his parking lot technically is on the backside, correct? So the parking you're asking for on 6th Street they are public parking
Correct.
spots. So I would see it as just a agreement collaboration between Bond Lick and Story Church
Yeah, that's our
to
intent.
to allow you to use those parking spots on Sunday mornings, assuming there's no conflict with his business.
Yeah.
Do we have to mark those differently, or do they need to be painted, the curb yellow?
They used to be yellowed out and said bus loading and unloading only YMCA. That's what it used to say. We took that out when they closed. Well, I don't know. What the legalities are there. You know what the legalities would be there, Dustin, on that? I mean,
If, you said you believe Von Lake owns it?
no, they don't. That's just public street
Okay.
right there.
Then
So
no.
whatever we
I mean,
determine.
be drop off like any other public street at that
Okay.
point.
I mean, for example, we do have a spot down in front of St. John's that is a no parking zone. And they load and unload there. And that's 24/7, but,
We could pass a resolution making that a no parking zone.
was there?
I'm sorry?
The St. John's thing, that's been there as long as I can remember, but.
Right, we could do something, if the board wants to, we can do something similar to that.
I have no problem with it. We have to, well, I mean, we have to put in signposts, of course, with just information on what the situation is.
And what would the sign say? What would, Eric, what would you like it to say?
I think it could be as simple as no parking on Sunday mornings between the hours of 8 a.m. or 1 p.m. or whatever time we determine is favorable.
Well, yeah,
Drop-off area only.
yeah, drop off pickup area. Yeah. I mean, we could do that right there. Do you want it there, or do you want it closer? Do you want it between the alley and Gabriel's? You got two spots in front of the alley and Gabriel's drive cut. I mean, which would work better?
Really, either works, especially alongside our second request to improve the alleyway to make it a little more accessible. We didn't want to get right on top of Gabriel's because obviously they use a lot of street parking as well. So my thought was Von Lick typically is not using as much, so the farther east we go, the better neighbor we can be. And we're happy to use that space down that way.
Dustin? Legality? Can we put that sign up?
I mean, I see it as no different as any other sign. I think we're more than fine to put it in our right of way. Each sidewalk's our right of way.
I think from just a good neighbor standpoint, we should probably, or you should probably have some agreement with Von Lick, because I don't know their hours of operation. Maybe you do, Chief Feller, whether they have this on Sundays or not.
They have dormitories within the building itself, so there are people there 24/7. So I think it would probably be a good idea to have some conversation with BLK. I'm sure if they're agreeable to it, that they would, not have an issue with making sure that there are officers, at least on a Sunday, for that spot or those spots with not money parking in their parking lot.
If you could provide us with a letter signed by Von Lick Kennels agreeing to, I guess, what you're requesting, then I think we could proceed
Okay.
with putting some signs up, but I would like to see some agreement
Sure.
first. Any other discussion about that or comments? No? I would make a motion that we approve your request for putting up signs to restrict the parking between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Sundays in front of the Von Lick Kennel entrance, which is to the east end of that location, pending a letter of agreement between Story Church and Von Lick Kennels. That would be my motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The second request from Story Church is to repair the concrete ramp that allows entry to the alley off 6th Street between Story Church and Von Lick Kennels. The current concrete is in disrepair and would be difficult for a wheelchair. So we've looked at that location. It is rough, to say the least. And you are offering to repair that section at your expense?
Yes.
Concerns, discussion about any of that? None? Then I would make a motion, we approve that request.
I would second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Eric. The next item under new business is a request from Sandy Chittum for the 2025 Farmers Market, starting May 3rd and running through September 27th of 2025. Just asking permission for the same as the last several years for barricades to be placed, and then they will put them out on the morning of, like we've done. Any concerns, questions, discussion about her request? If not, then I would make a motion that we approve Sandy's Chittum's request for the 2025 Farmers Market, starting May 3rd and running through the September 27th on 5th Street from Broadway to Court Street.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Nothing further under new business. Are there any communications from the Board of Works? Any communications from department heads? The audience? Seeing nothing further, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
This motion, meeting's adjourned.